He freed me from bondage. Bondage I didn't know I was in. Because I thought I was in truth and freedom. I was living a cool life and doing my thing. I didn't even believe in Jesus. And he met me. I met him. I met him when I was broken and hurting and not even knowing my need of him. And he healed me from a lot of things, emotional and physical. And he set me free. Free. And then he kept doing it. And I got to meet him even more and more. And he kept meeting me even more and more and changing me. And suddenly I didn't want what I wanted before, and I didn't like what I liked before, and I stopped looking like I looked, and I started looking like the way he actually made me. And he kept changing me, and he's still changing me, and not because I felt like I had to change because I was a Christian now, but because I wanted God. Because I met Jesus. Anger is the big one that comes to mind. Witchcraft and physically PCOS and stomach problems reoccurring my whole life, and just all sorts of feminine issues. I was bleeding constantly when I first encountered Jesus, and when I first read the story of the woman with the issue of blood who just touched Jesus, I was like, that's me. And I've been healed since then, totally 100% healed. And he set me free from self-condemnation and from hating others. He set me free from hating people, hate, the spirit of murder that comes with that. He set me free from that. He set me free from so much darkness, so much darkness. I mean, drugs and alcohol and, like I said, living a life I thought was fun. He set me free. All by the power of Jesus.
The Lord has set me free from anxiety and has healed me from PTSD.
So many things. Fear, anxiety, fear of man, materialism, perfectionism, and when I was seeking what I thought was purely and solely him, there were mindsets that I didn't even know I had, and I had misplaced identity in doing a work for him, and because I had no hope. He kind of set me free of myself. He set me free of me because I had so many panic attacks and so much anxiety and so much pressure that I feel completely released of pressure and truly hopeful because he's alive and for no reason besides that. And so I feel so free that the rest of my life I'm free to know him and love him and be loved by him, and whatever that looks like, that I can do it in peace, and my life doesn't have to look a certain way, but he's free to have his way.
He has set me free from a lot of wrong thoughts and led me into a lot of right thoughts by reading the Word, which has been so awesome, and he's just transformed my mind, and through that transformed my life and my heart and my relationships and my goals and my dreams and everything. So awesome.
He set me free from depression, a spirit of suicide. Just so grateful, so thankful.
like don't even know what to say. Like there's just so much. He's just like saved me from myself, like my desires and like my sin and the ugly parts of me. And I don't have to do what I want to do because I can do what he wants me to do. Being delivered of a spirit of rejection was like being free of fear. Being like changing my mindset from am I saved? What do I have to do to be saved? Like how, well, is God gonna reject me? Because like these people in my life have rejected me, and so I feel this pattern of rejection. So if they would reject me, why would God not? And being free of that has allowed me to just love him and know that I'm saved and know that he truly loves me and it's not a lie. That's the actual truth. The fear of being rejected is the lie. Praise the Lord!
Yeah, Jesus has rescued me out of a dark lifestyle. A life of being in a cycle of sexual sin, and also basically I've lied for the most part of my life about my heart and who I really was to impress people, or I wanted to live for Jesus and show people that I did, but on the inside I was just sick, and he very graciously brought me into a life of living in the light that I could not do on my own. I was just so deep into my sin and fooling myself. And Jesus still pursued me while I turned my back on him and entertained the things that nailed him to the cross. And I loved those things, and it's just I'm still walking through it, and he's just so good, and I'm just so thankful for knowing that I am free, and I'm never going to go back, and I'm just so thankful.
Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. There's no one like you, God. There's no one like you, God. The only one who was and is to come.
So Shai was talking and just looking at us, and when she looked at me, I looked in her eyes, and I saw Jesus, but I didn't just see, I saw power and mighty, like just full of love. His eyes were so blue and green and just like the most bluest green that you've ever seen. His power is so strong. He's king over everything. I don't know how to explain him. He's indescribable. He's so beautiful. He's so beautiful.
There's no one like our God. There's no one like our God.